Welcome to Outside the Box. I'm your host, Margot. This is the continuation of episode 9 of my personal experience with the supernatural or extraterrestrial beings. So let's go ahead and backtrack really quick before I moved back in with my dad. So we're back at Grandma's house. Nana, I call her Nana. We're back at Nana's house. So little things start to happen around there, but I'm coming up still with all these little ideas, and the name Beyond Perfection pops up. So I'm like, yay, I love it. What am I going to do with it? So as soon as I came up with that, it's like I was kind of looking up at the ceiling, and I seen like a silhouette of an extraterrestrial being, and like the kind that you see on the sticker though. Like it was like blatant, like, okay, so it's not like gray or Anunnaki. It was like a specific one. It was like the commercialized one. So after that, I didn't tell anyone. I just kind of needed time to process it. So like the next day or two, my aunt and my grandmother, they're having like a little private conversation, but it's not really private. It kind of got a little out of hand, and what was being talked about was kind of like out of the norm. So I'm like, maybe it's time to kind of like give my aunt a break. She might need like a breather or something. It might be getting a little overwhelming for her. So I'm like, maybe she should go stay with my dad, which is her brother. So I'm like, okay, let me try to get this going, because obviously my aunt needs some time or something. So during this time, I'm still working for my grandmother, drop her off, then I go to my other client, and then my grandmother ends up getting dropped off back at her house before she ends up moving in with her son. So fast forward, she moves in there. Of course, it's different. It's not her home, obviously. But during that time, I didn't really think about that. You know how the elderly, like if you separate them from like their usual space, like their own personal things and stuff like that, it's like different for them. I'm saying that now. I didn't think about it then. I was thinking about my aunt at that time. But it was kind of different for her. So one night she's sleeping, and somebody is down there, I won't say who it is, and she's like mumbling these things. Like she's facing the wall and she's like mumbling. And I'm like, it was so weird. It was kind of scary. It was not weird. It was like scary. So I'm just kind of like standing there looking. And as the person is sitting there, it's like they're like ciphering her energy or something. I'm like, are you going to get up and do anything or say anything? It's like, it was a very different situation. Again, I'm still outer body. Everything is still kind of like foggy during this time. So my grandmother and other little things just going on. Like everybody, the whole household was kind of different. So we're going to fast forward, and plus I never live at home. So we're going to fast forward to the death of my grandmother. Okay, so of course she was like already almost 100 years old, like 99 years old. So she lived her life. So she passes away, go to the funeral, all this stuff, whatever. But things start to begin to happen within my son's room. I was sleeping in my son's room on the top bunk, and it's like I would feel, again, physical attacks, but almost like, say like you're in a room. And just for instance, like the walls in the room are covered with like, I don't know, something that shoots out at you. So I'm feeling these things, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm standing up and I'm trying to figure out like what is going on. So I'm like looking around trying to figure out like what is it that's doing this to me. I didn't tell anyone. I was just like, okay. So not only that, at night I would be asleep. I started having dreams, like vivid dreams, like I was in the dream. To where I was almost afraid to go to sleep. So it was like twice, I think 2 nights in a row, it was like somebody was suffocating me, or I was getting buried alive or something. I like couldn't breathe. So after the first night, I was like, oh my God, I don't even want to go to sleep, because it was like, am I going to pass away in my sleep? That's how severe it was. And then some other little dreams that were like different. Again, like other people's lives or something. It was like very, very different. So those two things were like very, very like crucial for me. Then one night I'm asleep, and it's like someone comes in there and they like are touching me again, and it's the electricity thing going on. It was like sleep paralysis / like some sort of electrocution type thing. Like it was like I'm screaming for help, like please don't touch me, and I couldn't get the words out. This happened not once, not twice, I think about twice, maybe 3 times. So another night, because I want to wrap this up, just so you know, you guys can get a feel for my personal experience. Another night I'm sitting up, and I'm always working, so we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm like sitting up in the top bunk, like Indian style, and it's like a black crow or something. I don't scream, I just look at it. Like, it's like we're face to face. I'm like looking at it perched on the bed, on the railing, and I'm just sitting there, and it's kind of like, well, what is this? It's like I'm there, but I'm not there, but I was clearly there. So that's the third thing, or the fourth thing that was happening. So for a while, sleepless nights. I slept in a chair. I couldn't get any sleep. It felt like I was in like some kind of rainforest or jungle. My skin started to break out. I went to the dermatologist. If I had pictures, I would show you guys. My whole entire face like changed. Like I had a black band around here. My nose had like, you know how you see like the Chicago Bulls, like from the glasses, but my glasses don't do that. And if I take them off, you can clearly see that I have nothing on my nose. Each side of my nose was like burnt, black with something. It's like my whole entire like face turned into something different. So that's another thing that happened. So like I said, I'm gonna wrap this up. So ended up doing like some construction in the house, in the restroom. Like little stuff was like falling apart. It was like I don't know if it was me or what was following me or what is attached to me. Little things like the restroom and just things. So they started doing like work on the restroom. So I'm at work, I come home, again, it's like walking into a fog. So this guy's like sleep underneath the tree and with this hat like covered, and I'm like, okay, like am I in another country right now? That's what it felt like. So I go in and I'm looking around, even the smell, like everything, I could smell like sulfur. I didn't like how it smelled at all. Like I could smell like sulfur. And I go in to take a peek at the restroom. So it's like I had 2 different eyes or something. So I'm looking and I'm like, why does it look like I can go in there? And it's like in the floor, because they pulled up the floor, and it's like, okay, so am I able to like, I look and it scared me because it's like I seen people going in there, but it's like, okay, what am I looking at right now? And then all of a sudden it kind of like changed back to like a normal construction area. And that's not the half of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Oh no, I'm not gonna wrap it up. Actually, okay, so during the COVID season, I still worked. I wore my mask, I did everything like that, but I had to homeschool my child. I think this is really, really like a big, big thing. I had to homeschool my son, so we're doing all types of projects and basically like playing school because, I mean, I had to homeschool him. So one day we finished up a project. I think he went downstairs or something, and like on his bed, it was like a boy. And he was like trying to come through, you know, and my heart was like, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. I was like, oh my God, why is my heart? And at the same time, while I'm kind of like cleaning up the materials, I'm looking and I see it's like he's trying to push through. Like you see like a transparent, but it's in color. He was in color. So my heart was like beating so fast. I was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack. So I ended up just leaving the room. I was like, I gotta leave the room because obviously something's going on. I left the room. My heart went back to normal. Thank God for that. So after that, my car, which I had a Lexus then, I'm not going into detail. My car rides, everything is like this entity or whatever is like pretty much attached to me. Like when I drive my car, it was like things happening while I was driving. Thank God I'm sitting here talking to you guys. Otherwise, I mean, I could have had an accident so many times. It's ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure you guys are like, why is she talking about it like in this tone? Or I'm not excited about it. I'm kind of like happy that I'm here to be able to tell the story. And again, you know, it's not very detailed and there's other things that happened to me, but it's real. Extraterrestrials, I feel are real. The supernatural, there is another realm. I feel like everything that we might hear or read, or we can always get more information on it, but I do believe there's other realms, there's different dimensions, and there's other beings that we're surrounded by every single day, and we have no idea. And I just happen to be one of the victims. I don't know if I'm a victim, or I don't know how to look at it right now. It's still kind of up in the air. But again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to episode 9 of Outside the Box. My name is Margot. Please like and subscribe. Stay safe from the living and the others. And stay informed.